Well, good morning, everybody. Hi. I see people are being bribed to give the video a thumbs up with butter cookies. You guys will resort to anything, won't you? Hi, everybody. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread, and good morning to you. You are in our Stitchuation room, and this is a virtual quilt retreat where we just kind of hang out and enjoy our coffee. There's a virtual kitchen full of goodies over there that people are bringing in. And it is so good to, yes, good morning, everybody. It is so great to see you guys. So there's no fat or calories in that kitchen. So please wander over, see what's available, make yourself at home, and, think about bringing something tomorrow to share with everybody. So that's a lot of fun. I see you guys are busy trying to get your Christmas stitching finished up. No pressure, but Monday, we're within a week. My goodness. As a reminder, if you are following along with me on the Kimberbell mini quilts, without looking at the calendar, I had said that we would stitch these guys together on Monday, but Monday is Christmas. So we'll do that on Tuesday. And also, we will not have a live on Sunday, the 24th, being Christmas Eve. So our last one this week will be on Friday, and then I'll be back with you guys on Tuesday morning. Okay. So, it's great to see everybody here. That's awesome. I see Candace was working with her friend to try to get the SCANNCUT working prior to the cruise. Shoot me an email if you want to describe what was going wonky with it, and I may be able. I don't know if I can, if the machine has issues, but you never know. They're pretty hardy machines. So anyway, one thing I do need to do is I need to download. No, I think I've already downloaded the laptop version of Brother Canvas, but I need to play around with it and get savvy. I've been dragging my feet on that because the internet on the ship, even if you buy the internet package, is kind of, it's still slow. So, all righty, y'all. Okay, so today what I want to do is stitch on the. Well, first, I don't know if I'm going to finish up this guy first. I need to get him done. We'll see. What I want to do, this is what I have to do. This is what I want to do. I want to finish up my Christmas tree. So, so I can get the tree finished today, which involves putting on my trunk, and then I have to cut it and make it the right width all the way down. And the tree I'm working on, y'all, is a tree from Calico Patch Designs. I believe that's what it's called. It's a very wonky pattern, very strange. Here it is. Yeah. Calico Patch Designs, Christmas braid. This is what it looks like. We don't decorate around here. I say we like I got a mouse in my pocket. I don't decorate. I have no desire to decorate. So it's just not my thing, y'all. It just never has been. But I'll hang a quilt and call it good. So I decided to make my Christmas tree. And I can hang this on the wall every year, and I'll be perfectly fine with it. And have great memories of making it with you along the way. So are y'all talking about my camera on its last leg? Do we have problems? I'm having a hard time. Julie says, let's do the tree. Yeah, we're going to do the tree. So I'm wondering if my camera's on its last leg too. I thought about that this morning because it gave me the little, the card's not working right and it went black on me and you need to reinsert the card. I'm wondering if the thing where I insert the card is kind of going. So, Hey, we got folks here from the UK. Hi, Jules. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you being here. If you're brand new and you've never popped in before, please sing out in the chat. You need to have a Google account in order to be able to do that. And you might see people putting the @ symbol in front of a name and in the chat. And what that does is it highlights that person's name to them on their screen in bright orange so that they know somebody's trying to talk to them. And it's a really great way to get someone's attention, but it is not private. So just be aware of that. Okay. Yeah. You guys are so cute. So good to see you here. Okay. So what I did yesterday, if you didn't catch it, I cut this out on the SCANNCUT and then converted this shape from the SCANNCUT, from the paper pattern, into an embroidery design, and then sent it over to the luminaire. And so now I'm going to stitch it on the luminaire. I saw one of you guys got the gnome pattern from Shabby Fabrics with all the pre-cut pieces, and you said, oh, heck no, I'm not stitching these down. Definitely pop those into a scanning mat and run them into your SCANNCUT and see if you can't convert those into an embroidery design. It is well worth the effort to take that step and see. I've heard you can do it. Okay. I've never done it with pre-cut pieces because I generally cut all my own fabric and I don't go to the expense of buying pre-cut pieces. So anyway, so what I did yesterday was I got this is my dime magnetic hoop, and I decided to float the tree in the hoop, right? So y'all have probably floated things before in a standard hoop. Well, I'm going to float it in this. And then what I did, I got to show y'all. This popped off. Let me have that. Is I just used my Sew Tights. These are the Sew Tights HD. I've got a link below to Sew Tights where you can get, and a coupon code for 15% off. If you haven't bought yourself something for Christmas yet, think about some Sew Tights. So how many do I have on here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I've got 10 Sew Tights HD, and these are just, so I hoop the stabilizer and sandwich that between the magnetic hoop. Okay. So there's both pieces of the magnetic hoop, the base, the metal base, and the top. And I sandwich the stabilizer there. And then I just floated that on top. It's the reason I did it is because this thing is so big, you know. Let me put this in here. Whoop. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to pin that on there. And I said, girlfriend, you have got magnets. You've got Sew Tights. Okay. Yeah, Pam. Pam's all excited about UTSA football. Okay. I've got my bobbin is good. Y'all, it's early. I've only had 1 cup of coffee so far. I need to get this back in here like this. And I need to put some, I just went and cut my dark brown thread off a Spanky, my 10 needle. Let's get this in here correctly. It's so good to see you guys all this morning. There's no quilt police. What'd you say, Lynn? All this time. Oh, I see what you guys are talking about. Your phone died as you were saying good morning. Now it's plugged in. Well, Jamie, you got to keep that phone charged. Pesky cords, right? It's always something. All right. This looks good. So my intent on doing this way, let me make sure I don't have anything underneath. There we go. So my intent on doing this way was to, I've got to be able to get that, because this has to fit right there, just like that. That's how that has to fit. So, okay. Hi there from Ohio. Hello. So this looks pretty good. I think it's going to work. And I need to change out my threads. And do I have a pair of scissors here? No, of course not. I've got them all over by the 10 needle. All right. And I have the embroidery foot on. And I'm pretty sure, if I recall, I sent that design over yesterday from Embrilliance. Did I not? I think I did. It's been a minute since yesterday. Yes, I know, right, Lynn? All that piecing, and I have to applique the trunk. Not only that, applique the trunk, then I have to cut the tree to width, add on the borders, and then add on the tree skirt, because the tree skirt overlaps that border there at the bottom. Look at that. See that center orange or red piece it has? It overlaps on that border. Yeah, that's kind of strange, isn't it? Okay. And this piece is 11.5 inches long. So you've got to have a pretty good sized hoop in order to be able to do this. So let me pull. I told you, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do any more calico patch designs. I mean, I didn't realize at the time that it was applique, but it's got some strange ways of putting things together. It was the 3-piece flying geese construction that sent me over the top. So I'm going to go to embroidery. Let me pull this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Get you in here a little bit. All righty. That's a pretty good shot of the screen and the hoop. Let's go to embroidery and the pocket for memory. This is the Brother Luminaire XP3. It started as an XP1 and it's been upgraded both times. And I'm going to go to wireless. And I called it trunk, and it's in here alphabetically. There it is. Thought so. And set. And I'm going to go to embroidery. So there's a couple of different ways I could do this. I can scan the hoop and take a picture of it and put it exactly where I want. And this isn't too complicated. I don't think so. Okay. Or I can just project the design down onto the hoop. So let's try that first. That's the whole point of the Luminaire, is that little cone right there. I'm gonna hit the cone and it's gonna project the design down onto my hoop. Aha. So what you see on the screen is what is a red box with a crosshair in it. And what's inside the red box is what is projecting down in this white thing that you see right here. So right now I'm only seeing those two lines. So I want to take the red box and I'm going to move it up to the top. All right. I want to show you guys what I see. Let's see if we get in here close enough for you guys to see it. This is the beauty of the Luminaire. See that? There we go. That's what. All right. So I need to get that design scooched. So let me move it over with the jog buttons on the screen. All right. That's pretty straight. I'm going to move it up. And this is where you'll doink around with this forever until you get it exactly the way you want it. I need to do a little bit of a rotation like that. Bring it up. Ooh, we're getting close. Real close. I've still got a gap over here by this green. Let me rotate it. Nope, the other way. Let's see. This has to rotate this way, just a hair. And then over. And over. One more. We're really close, guys. And up. Woo! I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. What do you guys think? You think that'll work? Gap at the top right now. Yeah. Perfect. Right there. I think that's perfect. You guys like it? Close enough for government work, Tammy says. Absolutely, my friend. Yep, one more. I did it, Sherry. I like it. That'll work. Okay, let me thread my needle. This key can't be used at this time. Why? What am I doing wrong? Oh, I have to go into embroidery. Can I thread my needle now? Would that be okay? All right. So let's see how this worked. Let's just go. Now see, it's a little over on the green. I don't know if I like it. I don't know that it really matters in the long run, y'all. Yeah, it's a little on the green. Look at that. So it didn't look like that. It didn't look like that on the preview. Just a tiny, like a thread width on the green. That's fine. It looked perfect, but then your stitches extended out of alignment. Yeah, Diane, that's what I'm thinking too. However, if I pop this right in here, I think it'll be fine. Like we said, good enough for government work. One thing I do need to do is turn on this little iron. I did not do that. So we're going to wait a minute for me to iron this on. I've had better success, I think, when I scan. Yeah, it'll be fine. Whatever. I'm not going to get all wound up about a stitch. I'm not going to do that. Because I promise you, when it's hanging on the wall many Christmases from now, this old head won't even think about it. Nobody's going to know. Just the internet. You know what? That's right. Millions of people all over the world will never know, Julie says. So, did I make my key fobs? Why, yes, Betty Boop, I did. Where's my phone? I thought I had put it over here. I did make my key fobs. I'm going to get my phone and show you guys. Just a minute. Yeah, that's why I was on Spanky yesterday. Yeah, I love my UPS team. They are amazing. They're in a little strip mall next to a grocery store, H-E-B here. And I just love them. They're so nice. It's privately owned by a gentleman. Does your hoop have enough room in the back window? Yeah, it does. It sure does. Yep. El Faber. I know. I've whacked that thing before, so I know what you're talking about. Okay, so my pictures. Let me get this. And oh, we got the worst phone call yesterday. I'll have to tell you guys. Here they are. Dang it. It's going to act. So I don't know if it'll flip it. That'll work. Here you go. So I made them key fobs. Isn't that neat? That is so much fun. Oh, I can't wait for the cruise in May either. Kim, that's going to be great. Yeah. I loved it. And it was so funny when he opened the bag, he was like, what are these? These are awesome. So it was a lot of fun. I discovered I was using my pliers incorrectly. And y'all, yes, I did look at the the little attachments that you can use for the big cam snap press. They're big rectangular metal attachments to smush. The die is what they're called. Those things are 40 bucks. I managed with the pliers. Yeah. Well, they're such nice people. These, he's got a really good team of kids that work in there, like seniors, or maybe just out of high school. And yeah, I was able to get the hardware on. Yeah. And Keith had ordered a box from Penn State, is where he gets his blanks that he makes all of the seam rippers out of. Well, when those boxes come in, okay, thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you for the sticker. You guys, the super sticker is down below the video, and it's a way for you to show your appreciation for the content. So I think Kay thinks she just got a little lesson on the luminaire or something. It's a cheap lesson, right? So anyway, but these kids are so nice, and that box comes in and it weighs a ton. I had like 6 boxes yesterday. And, this kid, he just picks it up with a whole stack. He's got it under his chin and he's holding it like this. And we're going out to the car. He feels sorry for this old lady. Very nice. Okay. My little iron just went off and said it was ready. Acrylic is heavy. I know, right? Okay. So let me pull this. I'm just going to kind of leave it in there a little bit. I need my tree trunk. I need my glasses because I cannot see what I'm doing. I'll let you guys see what I'm doing. Okay, so I got a little. So what I did yesterday was I took the digital file that was created by the pattern in the SCANNCUT. I scanned it in. And then I put it into Embrilliance Stitch Artist 2. And then I turned it into an applique design. I had the SCANNCUT cut out my trunk because I don't want to. And then I sent the applique design over to the luminaire using Embrilliance's wireless. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, that looks good. It's a little tiny bit out of alignment, you guys, but that's nothing. I'm not going to lose any sleep over that for sure. Okay. And because I hate to blanket stitch, because I'm really bad at it. I hear Harley outside. Oh, there she is. Keith is up. Yeah, he's got the girls out there. Okay. Harley, stop barking. And now it's going to just finish the final blanket stitch. So let's get in and take a look at that. See how easy this is, you guys? This is the way to do applique. Well, thank you, Lucy. You are so nice. Thank you so much. What fabric did I use for my patches? Which patches do you mean, Kay? And now it's going to do the final blanket stitch. Oh, wait. Yeah, do you see that? I almost had this up underneath. There we go. We almost stitched the tree to itself. Me. Oh, it looks fabulous. Yeah, very, very nice. This is the way to do applique, you guys. Yep, make sure the fabric's out from under the hoop. That's right. Hi, Joan. Good morning. You need to make some patches to hand sew onto youth sleeping bags. Oh. Oh, I'm tracking what you mean. Okay. Yeah. I use Dime's their canvas for that. So this is the dime monster snap hoop. This is the big one, the 10 by 16 for the luminaire. There it is. Ooh, y'all. Man, that was hard work. That was hard work. What happened to my little magnet stand? Oh, dang it. I've got it over there on the other thing. I've got my So Tights magnet stand up on my ironing surface. That doesn't do me any good over there, does it? Danger. It's crazy in the sewing studio this morning, you guys. Look out. That's the way to applique. That's right. That's how you applique. How about that, you guys? Take a look. It's on. Now, see it. It's a little over. Y'all saw it happen, so I'm not going to hide it from you. It's a tiny bit over on the green. I do not care about that. But look, let's get up really close. I'm going to hold it real still. Look how perfect that is. That's how you do that. Yes, ma'am. That's how you do that. All right, I need to get this cut off. Of course, popping this hoop open is always a challenge. All right, so the next step on this bad boy is to trim it up before and then add on my borders before I can add on my tree skirt, and then it'll be done. And then I can get it on the long arm, the new long arm that will be here tomorrow. Yay! Man, I saw that call come in from FedEx and I was like, hey, thank you guys very much. Of course you can stay, Jude. Jude says she likes to applique the old-fashioned way. That's fine. We're just here to talk about new things you can do if you want. Now look at that. So what I'll do now, this is a no-show mesh, all right? So I'll just cut these long strips, like in one big long piece, okay? And then I can sew them together as scraps because I like to do that. Yeah, the call I was going to tell you about from FedEx. Oh, that call. Oh, y'all. Oh, it was awful. It was about 3:30 yesterday afternoon. I get a phone call from the water company. And she says, oh, need to let you know, we just had an alert come up on our system that you're using about 60 gallons a minute. What? She said, yeah, it was 20 gallons a minute yesterday, and now it's 60 gallons a minute, so we thought we'd let you know. I said, okay, fine, which is very handy to have sensors like that, right? So we went out and looked and could not find a wet spot. So we're waiting for daylight today. Again, Mr. Man, is waiting for daylight to go out there and find out. We have a pretty good idea of where, if we have a leak, we have a pretty good idea where it is, because he shut off the water to the house and the meter continued to spin quite quickly. So it is between the meter and the house. And we have we've got a spot that the ground settles and that PVC just thunk and it leaks. So we've got a good idea where it is. 20 gallons a minute is a lot. It absolutely is, Dave. I know. Well, that thing's probably been leaking for who knows how long. And then it finally just gave up the ghost and said, whatever. I'm just glad it did it now, because we had the same problem last year in that spot and it was freezing outside when it did it. So hopefully it's in that same spot, but today it'll be 70 degrees. So Keith can get out there and fix that. And he is so incredibly handy. And there's a fly in here that's driving me nuts. So anyway, yeah, so I have to get my thing. Oh, yes. So back to my new system. I am getting the new King Quilter 2 from Sewing Machines Plus, and it arrives tomorrow, Thursday, between noon and 2. And I'm just so excited about it. So yeah. Yes, I know. Well, normally it's expensive, Beth. She says that between the meter and the house, and it's on us. Yeah, so we'll have to pay the bill. I appreciate them calling and letting me know because they installed one of those new smart meters, so they know how much is going. So that's good. It, yes, he can fix it. We have 2 tractors, and the little one, which is mine, has a little backhoe on it, so he can dig that out, right? He could dig all that out, and then he learned how to do plumbing from the old Time Life books back in the day. And you remember those books they used to sell back in the 80s, the Time Life books? He still has those. And when he's got to do electrical or plumbing, he always refers to them and does it. So that fly just flew in front of the camera. I know it's annoying. So it's because my front door is right there. Okay. And they come in. All right. How do I join the scraps of mesh? Harriet wants to know. Harriet, there is a join stitch on most standard sewing machines, your domestic sewing machine, and it looks like a jog over, and then it goes down, down, back over, down, down, back over. And I just overlay the mesh scraps by about 1/2 inch and sew them straight down. I don't do a seam on them per se. It's a lapped seam is what I would call it. So, all righty. So I'm going to finish up. Thank you, baby. Appreciate that little thing. I love that little, oh, your deal's done. So I've got my USB here that's got my little snowman on it. And I need to pop this in because I didn't put it in the other day. Yep, that's easy. You're going to upgrade your 10 by 10 room by converting the single car garage. Yeah. Dave, I like your thought process there. So this was a 2-car garage. I've got 22 square feet in here. So, you know, we've got carports. And so the cars are under the carport, and which is fine for South Texas because things don't really freeze here that much. Oh my. So let me go to embroidery memory. So I started out in a little, probably a 10 by 12 bedroom. That was my first sewing room way back, like when we first moved here 17 years ago. And then in 2015, I think, I moved to our enclosed back patio. It was not enclosed at the time. It was like a lanai, a screened in porch. So we extended the roof and everything and had that done. And then fully enclosed that. That's my old sewing room. And my earliest videos are made in that sewing room. And then that fly, then it just got way, I needed more space. So moved the pool table from this room that nobody used, because when we bought this house, it had already been converted into a game room, and it was really dark and ugly, and then moved out. So Gloria, stitching out a dense embroidery Santa on a tractor. You've done it twice, and the first time you floated, the second time it hoop. I got half of that, Gloria. Okay. Oh, it's puckering and shifting on you. Any ideas? The more dense a design is, the more stabilizer you need. So you might consider, I would suspect that the stabilizer you're using is too light. And if you're getting puckering, so a couple of things you can do, the back fabric, the background fabric that you're stitching it on, put some SF 101 on the back of that, just your background fabric, not any other applique if you have that. So put SF101 on the back of your background fabric, and then use a really heavy stabilizer, like a cutaway that feels like paper almost. Use that. That's what I used inside of the keychains. So I didn't get inside of those key fobs. So I didn't get any puckering on quilting cotton at all with that. All right. So let me go to my memory. I need to get this snowman finished, you guys. And USB, the embroidery files, PES, and January. And it was this guy right here. Oh, and I need to do his arms, and I've got brown. No, I already did the brown. What am I doing? The scarf. I need to switch out my, yeah, I do have a video with the transformation of this room from a game room to my new sewing studio, and it's amazing. My husband did all that work too, as far as getting the walls and everything ready. Then I hired a guy and his father who work. They've got like it's a little, father-son team renovation business. And they came in and did put in the new flooring. And the reason we hired them, hello, Fredo, come here. Dave wants to see you. Come here, baby girl. He's been jonesing for his Fredo fix. There she is. Hello, sweet girl. Hi. You're a good girl. Good morning. Yeah, that's my Fredo girl. You going to help Daddy dig a hole today? Yes. Oh, she's not a digger. Thank goodness. Oh, yeah. My last Australian cattle dog was a cat killer, and I don't know if this one is. And I had the thought the other day to get a cat. Thought about it. Because if she's not a cat killer, I mean, I know she kills squirrels, so I wouldn't want to get in yeah, Dave, that's just for you. I had her come over here just for you. He emails me and he says #Fredo visit on his emails. So let me set this guy. So I kind of would keep that in mind. Cats, we love cats. I was on step number 16 on stitch 5620. So I need to go to embroidery and needle plus minus. Let me show you guys what I'm doing. Every home embroidery machine does this. If you haven't broken out your embroidery arm and to play with this. So what I did, I had to stop this and jump to another project. So in a marker, I wrote on here 16 and stitch 5620. Okay. Julie, you're here for Fredo as much as you are me. You guys are funny. So I need to jump to stitch number 16 and let me click OK. Every home embroidery machine will have some sort of needle plus minus for you to be able to jump ahead or go back in your stitch order. So I'm going to touch that. And then on brother machines, sometimes it'll have the spool with a plus or minus next to it and the buttons. This one just has the spool with up or down. And then I can go back 110, 100, or 1,000 stitches, or I can jump ahead 110, 100, or 1,000 stitches. So since I don't want to cycle through 16 of those, I'm going to cycle through 5 of the 1,000s. And I'm looking up here at my stitch count, 2,000 out of 4098. That's not right, is it? I might go back. Maybe I didn't write that down right. That's something. You do need to write stuff down right. Oh, we're into the nose. I just finished the nose and I got to the next one. There's my little fringes. And I want to get right to the very first stitch. I should have hit 10. I can't have done that right because it says it only has 4098 stitches and I'm showing 5620. So something was wonky, right? There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There. There's the first stitch of the fringe on his scarf. And I need a thread color change. Yep. What'd y'all do with my scissors? They were here a minute ago. I haven't seen Katie here this morning, you guys. I want to show you something. Katie pops in here occasionally. She made a Christmas ornament for me with her print moda. Look at that. She printed this fabric from an image she found on the internet. And then she found my logo and imposed the logo on top of that fabric image. So it's all one image. And then she printed it and made a little ornament for my tree. This is going on my little quilt tree. How nice is this? Katie Emmert, she pops in here. I don't know if she's here yet this morning. She might be. And then just sewed it closed on the bottom. How thoughtful and sweet is that? I have the best people in the world. Something fell on the floor earlier. Thank you. That's right. Those were my scissors. See, I need you guys. That's absolutely right. Okay. I'm going to change out my thread. Yep. She is so, that's how she made the ornaments for her granddaughter. I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do a different blue on this guy's scarf. Yeah, but she made ornaments for her granddaughter. One's in, I think she's in nursing. And then the other one, her roommate in college is in engineering. And so she just found, images for that and printed them on that fabric from the print moda by Brother. That's that Brother fabric printer. You can do so much for that. If you guys ever buy a new machine, like a Stellaire or a Luminaire, your Brother dealer can sweeten the deal with something like that sometimes, depending on what kind of specials Brother is running. Okay, time for the fringe on his little scarf with the water-soluble bobbin. Yep. Nancy wants you guys to find her keys. That's great. Yep. You guys are so helpful. I love it. I got a little loop there on that. That's not good. Okay. Now what you're supposed to do, first I'm going to get rid of this little loop. All right, now what you're supposed to do is turn it over on the back and use some water and dissolve that thread. I don't have any water, so I'm going to do the slap your kid's hair down to his head trick. And then you just kind of scrape that and get that loose. Yeah. Which allows me now to be able to scrape up the fringes on his scarf. We'll get to that in a minute. And then I'm going to go, I need to switch this out now. And put my other bobbin back in. That's not water soluble, and finish this up. Boy, I love working with you guys. I get so much done. Okay, now it's going to stitch a scarf. You purchased a Luminaire, included the new print SCANNCUT 325. Yeah. just need to find space and get everything out of their boxes. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. I'm reading the chat. Margie, your toddler put keys in the microwave? Oh, man. My goodness. Yeah, unless you're using the microwave, you wouldn't find it. So yesterday for breakfast, I saw this recipe on the internet, and then we don't stitch this last stitch. It is an alignment line. Okay. Do not stitch. Okay. All done. All finished. Awesome. So you take the dough that you get to make crescent rolls out of, but they make one that's not perforated into the little triangles. I only had the kind with the triangles, and I use the light, the one that's only 90 calories. This stabilizer is a no-show mesh, Susan. It's a cutaway no-show mesh. So you lay that out flat on a cookie sheet and stretch it into a big long rectangle. And then short ways, right in the middle, you put browned sausage. So I use turkey sausage. So I put sausage all in there, and then you scramble some eggs, but don't fully cook them to where they're like almost cooked, but not, they're still kind of shiny. Put that on top of the sausage. And then I sprinkled some low-fat cheese on top of it. And then you just fold the ends over, and it looks like a ginormous burrito, and pop it in the oven, 375 for 12 minutes. And it was delicious. So that was breakfast yesterday. Yeah, Candace, you can say where you work. That's fine. It's not a problem. I don't mind. Yeah. As long as you're not advertising for the shop that you guys are having a big sale and blah, 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 you can't do that. But if you say you work at a shop, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. A print moto tutorial. You're asking the wrong girl. Heart-shaped waffles and bacon. Okay. So a print moto tutorial. I've got it. I need to figure it out. I haven't played with Artspira. I need to have Katie give me some. Yeah, the casserole turned out great, Dave. Sure did. There's this channel I watch called Feeding the Birds, BYRDS. She's got a cooking show, and she cooks, she just stands in her kitchen and cooks. And I watch her all the time. And she always has a nice faith message at the end of the video. So film Keith doing it. Yeah, I don't know about that. Keith gets frustrated sometimes, and he might say something that's not appropriate for the camera. Okay, so this looks awesome. And I'm going to pop him out. I can't pop him out. I think I need, I can't. Oh, I need to get that little screw doolally, and it's over there by Spanky. There we go. Very good. This is awesome. So I've got 2 squares of the 9 patches done for these guys. So today will be spent trimming up my tree and getting the borders on. I might get the borders on tomorrow with y'all. I don't know. But trimming up my tree. And then I've got to pick the fabric for my tree skirt. And then get that ready to, we'll cut that out and everything and do that together. Are you done, Fredo? Did you get your snacks? I've got to get all this off and get this guy trimmed up. Yeah. You're a sweetheart, Candace. Thank you. What are you doing, Fredo? Come here, baby. Yeah, the girl. Yes. Here, the girl. She's 2 today. Okay. I thank you very much for sharing my channel with your shop. I appreciate that very much. Oh, y'all, I had another lady yesterday email me saying she's got the Luminaire and she tried to get that ditch foot to work and it did not. She couldn't get it to fit. Now, you can always return it, but I just want to show you guys what my settings are on that ditch foot. It is designed for a straight stitch machine. So you've got to use the straight stitch setting on your Luminaire. The Luminaire is a high shank machine. So let me show you guys what I was doing with it. I'm going to go back to home, tell it okay. And I'm going to go into sewing and tell it okay and get that arm out of the way. So I've got room over here. I'm just going to show you guys how I get mine to work. Because, you know, they've upgraded this from an XP1 all the way up to an XP3, and they didn't change the body of the machine, I don't think, but they changed the brains. I don't know why it would not fit. So this is that foot. This is that foot from Ken's Sewing. Okay, it's a high shank stitch in the ditch foot, and it's got a spring that allows it to work on different layer depths of fabrics, which is why I use this to go around on my binding. And my dog just is relentless when it comes to wanting food. Drop that down. Okay. So if you've got it, all right, so I just stitched this on. Oh, Keith, would you please stop that dog from barking? So right now, if I try to use the hand needle, because, okay, it says it's on 3 right now. That's not truly the straight stitch. Let me move this up. I'm going to move it to 4. Let's see. And it's got the left-right shift on plus 3.5. I'm going to make that go up to 5 point. There's 5. And let me zoom in and show you guys so you can see. Hold on. Let me back out right here real quick. Here are the settings on the machine. So I'm on 4, which is the straight stitch. And then I've gone up to plus 5. And right now it's barely over in the hole. Okay. I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to pop it over to 5.25. There we go. Now, if I use the hand wheel, watch. I don't want my arm in the way. There it goes. It just misses. I wonder if I can go any higher. 5.50. Yeah, right there. So, let me pop this down. It clears it, you guys. I'm not having a problem. Let me get a scrap and put this in here and see if I break a needle. Okay. I will just pretend we're in a ditch right there. Let me see if I break a needle. I don't know. Let me pop that way down slow. I don't have the foot control on. I'll see how it goes. If I break a needle, here we go. Hold your breath. Nope. It works, you guys. I don't know why. There it is. It's working fine. So I have, like I said, I've had y'all email me and say you just can't get it to work. And that may be the case, but I don't know why. So again, I'm on stitch number 4. And then I've moved it over to a right shift plus 5.5. Okay. So yes, that is the foot that I use for the PQ 1500. It is a high shank foot. And well, 3 is a straight stitch on the Luminaire, but if you look, there's a little, like an equal sign at the top. And then there's number 4 is your straight stitch, and it's got a dot at the top. Number 4 is your straight stitch. The Stellaire high or low shank. I think it's low. I'm not sure. You'd have to look, but I think it's low. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a brother expert, you guys. So anyway, Play around with your settings. If for some reason it's acting like it's not going to work, if you've got that foot that you bought for either your Solaris or your Luminaire, play around with it and fiddle with the settings, and don't hit the button, and use the hand wheel first, okay, to get that, and make sure it's, if you get any resistance at all, if it doesn't clear at all, like it barely catches anything, y'all, don't do it. Fiddle with your settings until you get it right, okay? I don't know what to tell you guys. But you guys are emailing me back and forth with pictures and everything. It doesn't work. And I'm like, I don't know why. I'm sorry. Because it can work. I mean, it works on mine. I do not believe that some of you might be, one of y'all might be a brother dealer, but I don't believe that they changed the body of the machines from the XP1 to the XP3. That whole upgrade, I don't think the body changed at all. I think it was just the brains. So early in the live, I hold the dime hoop. Oh, yes, Rhonda. Yeah, don't use magnets if you have a pacemaker. Although I heard they've come out with new pacemakers now that the magnets are not that big of a deal anymore. But if you have an original one, you could have problems. Will it work at fast speeds? I don't know, Anne. I would assume so. The foot's not going anywhere, right? It shouldn't. But I did it real slow just to show you guys it works. I don't know, y'all. I can't help you. I don't know why. But I just wanted to show you guys. So when something doesn't work, just kind of troubleshoot it. Go really slow with the hand wheel. And, just give that a try and see if that works. So. All right, y'all, this is our hour is about up. I have really enjoyed this a whole lot. Thank you for helping me get the trunk on my tree. So tomorrow we will go ahead and do the tree skirt together and get that done. Why don't I use the stitch in the ditch foot made for the brother machines? Yeah, they work great, Glenn Hornby. They do, Hamby, I can't see Hamby. They do work great. This foot is better. This is a better foot because it has independent suspension. It's got a spring in it that makes that, it has a spring right there on half of it. That foot doesn't, that half doesn't have and this one does. And then the toe is wider. That toe is wider. I got it from Ken's Sewing out of Alabama. The toe is wider, so it shoves that binding over. I only use it for binding. The ditch foot is fine for stitching in the ditch on top of a quilt top, no problem. But for binding, this is better because the toe shoves that top of that binding over farther. That needle goes right down into that ditch. And then as the foot passes over it, the binding relaxes back over the stitch and you never see it. It's wonderful. But I use this on my straight stitch machine, the PQ 1500, which is over there. So there was some people were asking, does it work on the Luminaire? It works on high shank machines. It is designed for high shank straight stitch machines. Yeah. Okay. So Serena says she's using it on her Stellaire. It is a high shank. There you go. Awesome. I love what we share here. Oh, my coffee's cold in my cup. All right, you guys, this has been awesome. I will see you again tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it with me in my sewing room. This is always a treat and a great way to start my day. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Y'all go sew something. Bye.